Good day, everyone. I'm Mr. Paulo Eduardo Arsalide, your judge in this debate. Today, we will witness the two sides of divorce, the pro-divorce and the anti-divorce. But before that, divorce is the termination of a marital union, the cancelling of the legal duties and responsibilities of marriage, and the dissolving of the bonds of matrimony between a married couple. Divorce is unlike annulment, which declares the marriage null and void. Divorce laws vary considerably around the world, but in most countries, it requires the sanction of a court or other authority in a legal process. The legal process of divorce may also involve issues of alimony or spousal support, child custody, child support, distribution of property, and division of debt. In most countries, monogamy is required by law, so divorce allows each former partner to marry another, where polygyny is legal but polyandry is not. Divorce allows the woman to marry a new husband. The side of pro-divorce is Miss Patricia Bonilla and Miss Joy Rahoya. And the side of anti-divorce is Miss Irene Joy Bobadilla and Miss Claire Giselle. I now formally open this debate about divorce.
As we all know, almost all women are physically and emotionally abused. We are all equal when it comes to human rights. But why do some people take advantage of it? Stress occurs to the person being abused. Divorce can help both of them towards the better quality of life. So why stay in a relationship where you're always having misunderstandings?
From the very start that you enter a lifetime commitment, you must know all the responsibilities you are to face as both of you go onto the path where God made you as one. Marriage is not just an easy thing that you can throw when you get tired of it. It's a commitment, a lifetime commitment to your spouse to be, to the parents of both of you, to your children to be, and especially a commitment to God. According to the Bible, people cannot separate two persons who were made by God as one entity. And as for us Christians, we consider Bible as the guide for our everyday lives. And it's also a law. So, why do we need to break the law?
Do we need to prioritize the law when everyone is affected by this situation? The children are once very affected. As parents, they should know their limitations. They should not be included in this. They should be protected, physically and emotionally secure, nor abused. As parents, they should take the risk to separate for the sake of their children.
Do you really need to have the separation when in fact you can talk about it calmly in a nice way? As parents, you must be willing to take the risk that may happen if both of you separated from each other. In line with this, not only your children will be affected, but your other half may be in danger. He or she may commit suicide and undergo deep depression, which can lead to insanity.
Not all of us can understand the situation. Some of us doesn't even care at all. What if your loved one doesn't love you anymore? If this would continue to happen, it will get worse, and your children may be affected. And to prevent this to happen, the partner should end the relationship. And by the law, we should really agree to divorce for us to separate our properties equally.
Based on what I've heard, some of you are correct. Being in the side of pro-divorce, I therefore conclude that somehow it is correct. In the point of saying that everything will be more complicated if things like this will happen. If it is true that this relationship will lead into misunderstandings, emotionally and physically abused. Therefore, divorce in the Philippines must be approved. And being in the side of anti-divorce, I therefore conclude that your statements are correct. In the point of saying that, according to the Bible, people cannot separate two persons made by God as one entity. And as for us, Christians, we consider the Bible as our guide for our daily lives. And it's also our law. So, why do we need to break the law? If it is true that Bible is our law, therefore, we don't have the right to break the law given by God.
Regarding the equal separation of properties, you must also give some of your properties to your children. You don't need to be selfish. You need to consider the risk that your children may suffer when you just leave them behind. And lastly, what's your point of still fighting for divorce when in fact, divorce is not yet approved here in the Philippines?
So that's why divorce should be approved here in the Philippines. Many families are suffering from this kind of brutality. What if they cannot support each other's lives? Due to the problems, this scenario is increasing. Do we like this situation to continue even if it gets worse?
That's it. You take the path of having a lifetime commitment. You need to provide everything for your family, for you not to suffer whenever something goes down, especially when it's the economy. So, in everything that you do or you will do, you must be ready. Think before entering to it, for you not to regret anything after.
Therefore, as the two oppositions lay off their proofs and evidences, I hereby announce that I'm in favor of anti-divorce. Because once you enter the married life, you must take all the responsibilities and take all the necessary sacrifices as time passes by. We must also learn how to take consequences in our life. And we must follow the Bible, which is our law. Through following it is like following our Father in heaven.